at a time when the world is moving away from religion.
Large parts of the Muslim world and India are holding firm.
A new Pew Research Center report shows that while global religious affiliations are weakening, Hinduism in India remains stable and Islam is growing worldwide. From the US and Europe to Japan and Australia, Christianity and Buddhism are seeing widespread disaffiliation. The number of people who say they have no religion has surged. But this is not the case in India,
where Hinduism and Islam continue to flourish,
aided by population size, steady fertility, a demographically younger base, and low religious switching. Not just in India, countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Indonesia have some of the highest number of Hindus in the world. Christians are still the world's largest religious group, but their share dropped from 30.6% to 28.8%, largely due to people leaving the faith. Muslims grew the most by 347 million, raising their global share to 25.6%. The religiously unaffiliated rose by 270 million to 1.9 billion, growing due to mass switching, mainly from Christianity. Hindus grew by 126 million, holding steady at 14.9% of the global population. Nearly all this growth came from India. Buddhists declined by 19 million to 4.1% due to aging and low fertility in East Asia. Sub-Saharan Africa now has the largest number of Christians, overtaking Europe. Unlike Christianity and Buddhism, which saw a lot of people leave the faith, Hinduism in India retained nearly all its followers. For every 100 people raised Hindu, nearly all still identify as Hindu in adulthood. India's Hindus had a total fertility rate of 2.4 during 2010 to 2015, which is lower than Muslims and Christians, but higher than Buddhists and the unaffiliated.
However, do note that more recent data from a UN report shows that India's total fertility has now dropped to 1.9. The last religion-specific data was from between 2010 and 2015, which showed Hindus had a fertility rate of 2.4.
This near replacement fertility rate supports continued population growth. The age structure further reinforces this. In 2010, 31% of Hindus were under 15, second only to Muslims at 35%. To put it simply, most Hindus in India continue to identify with the religion they were born into, and a young, fertile population sustains this natural growth. Muslims were the fastest growing religious group between 2010 and 2020. More than the combined growth of all other major religious groups. Why is that? Muslims have the highest total fertility rate, 3.1 children per woman, well above the global average of 2.5. In 2010, 35% of the global Muslim population was under 15, the highest of any group. Nearly 40% of the world's Muslims live in Sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East, North Africa region. These are both young and fast-growing areas. As with Hinduism, Islam saw minimal losses from religious switching, which remains rare or legally restricted in many countries. By 2020, Muslims had made up 25.6% of the world's population. If current trends hold, they could overtake Christians in the second half of the 21st century.